Tom Fitzgerald, San Francisco Chronicle. Your running game obviously will have a much different look this year. Would you prefer to have one running back as the dominant guy, or would you prefer to have 2 or 3 guys sharing the load and doing it that way?
Well, it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna look drastically different. There's two key guys that aren't there, and that's the tight end Jim Dre and tailback Toby Gerhart. Don't have a preference to whether it's 1, 2, or 3. There's throw the balls out there on August 9th, and from then on find out who gives us the best chance to win. Tom, I think that's the way to do it. I mean, there's no games, no politics, no younger guy, older guy preference. I mean, who's ever practicing the best will get to play.
Hey, Coach.
Down here in the front.
Lisa Horn, FoxSports.com. I watched your interview next to Lane Kiffin. Looks like you had a lot of fun with that. And I'm curious, I got the impression that you were not really totally committed to answering the question on how long you think you'll be at Stanford, number one. And number two, with all the difficult academic requirements that you have in the school, what are you guys doing differently to get an incredible recruiting class with those type of requirements?
Which question do you want first? I really enjoyed it was a real treat to go back to New York and to Bristol and be in the ESPN. But this is the main event, being back out here for the Pac-10 Media Day. And yeah, I mean, I answer questions as they're given to me. Honestly, the best that I can predict. I mean, when somebody asks you, "Are you going to be the Stanford coach for life?" I mean, I can answer that the best I can. I don't know. I mean, who knows what lies ahead for us? God willing, and the creek don't rise, I will be the head coach at Stanford University.
You were recently on ESPN Sports Nation, and one of the topics was your quarterback, Mr. Luck. And actually, 44% of the audience felt like he was a serious contender for the Heisman Trophy. Can you talk about some of the tangibles and the intangibles of him, and to have that many people see him as a serious contender? There's probably some good perception, on a national level.
Yeah, the audience knew their football, and there's just, you look at Andrew and he's so good, and you wonder what makes a youngster that good. And I don't totally know the answer to that. I know a lot of it has to do with mom, dad, God, that gave him the talent to be, as good as he is, and also the fact that he just works so hard at it. One of the hardest workers on our team, no question about it, and he really comes with no red flags. There's no weaknesses that he has in his game. I mean, he's got tremendous arm strength, as accurate as any quarterback I've ever seen. He's also got great physical strength, 232 pounds, 6'4.5". He can get out of the way of people. He's athletic. He can run with the football. Rushed for over 400 yards last year. I mean, he can throw it 70 yards, taking one step. He's a brilliant kid. I mean, not only book smarts, but he's also got great football instincts and leadership ability. I mean, just the entire package. But we're glad he's on our team.
Take 2 more questions. Back right.
Jim, Michelle Smith, AOL Fan House. Will you talk about your thoughts about dividing this conference up into divisions for the Pac-12?
Well, that seems inevitable in the evolution of the conference, that it's going to 12 teams, and if you have 12 teams, I think it's inevitable, but that there will be a conference championship. But for me and Owen and the rest of the guys on the Stanford team, whether it's the Pac-10, the Pac-12, or the Pac-16, our job is to win the conference championship so we can come here to play on January 1st in the Rose Bowl. And if that means going through the 9 other teams or eventually having to get to and win a conference championship, then so be it. That's the format. But our goal is to be here at the Rose Bowl and win it.
Left side, right over here on the left.
Coach, this is John Gold with the LA Daily News. 3 years, obviously a lot of success at San Diego. You come to Stanford and turn it around within year 3. Talk about your first fourth year and what it's going to be like trying to sustain success rather than build success or even just try and get over a hump.
We're not sustaining a gosh darn thing. We despise the word sustaining. We despise the word satisfaction. We are moving forward, and it's kind of like coming in. This is my 4th year, and Owen's going into his senior year. I've coached every game for the last 3 years. Owen's started every game for the last 3 years, and I don't know. Why don't you talk about that, Owen? What's it? What do you? Let's ask, repeat the question.
Right.
Moving forward, not sustaining. Just take out the sustaining part. Talk about our team going forward.
It's kind of like, working in the weight room where you set a big squat max. And you're all pumped up about that. Maybe that was last year. We had some success, but at the end of the day, it wasn't where we want to be. We're leaps and bounds away from that. We have a lot bigger dreams than that. So just like, working in the weight room, we set that, PR for our program under Coach Harbaugh, but we know we have to work even harder now to raise the bar to a new level. So, the work never stops, always increases.
All right, very good. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
That's Jim Harbaugh of Stanford, and remember, they